Today we'll begin with, so we doing a theme for the last maybe 5 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks. We meditate. What is meditation? What is the kind of end goal of meditation, if there is one? What are the signposts along the way? So we touched on like things called spiritual emergence, spiritual emergencies. When we begin to question reality, our reality, or when we begin to question ourselves, when we begin to question the meaning of life, when we begin to seek a meaning, all of these are little signposts along the way. And through this process, we if there is a map that we know we can follow, then when we come across these signposts, we recognize, I know this can happen, and I experience this. But it doesn't, if you haven't got a map, then you go to your doctor and you say, look, you know what? I just get this feeling of dread, for argument's sake. And it's been there for months. Well, they can say, well, it seems like you're depressed. And this provides you with whatever interventions depression has. There is no understanding of this other path. There's no understanding. Or if there is understanding, it's not there is no understanding. There is understanding in traditions and wisdom traditions that haven't been adulterated, right? That's the crux. All of them have been adulterated, but there are strings that haven't been adulterated. And all of those have some level of insight into this process, how you initiate it and how it begins, and what the purpose of what it means to be alive. One of the traditions, and this is the Indic tradition, have, okay, I'll go to North America. A friend of mine in North America called Roy Littleson shared a story. He said, according to the Hopi legend of creation, the Great Spirit said to the people in the West, I give you fire, find your divinity from fire. People from the East, he gave air, and he said, find your divinity with the air, the four elements, right? People in the South gave water, and people in the North gave the earth. So the Hopis are the custodians of the earth, right, according to their legend. And then they've been given the growing stick, and they have a lot of knowledge on how to cultivate land. The people in the South discovered that you could do, so say, as an example, blood transfusion, heart transplants, those kind of originate from South Africa. The divinity is such, so they found something to do with divinity in that. For example, in the West, they used the fire not to find divinity, but to conquer divinity. So atomic bomb, all the other stuff, that's quite, you'll find that comes from this part of the world. And in the East, they concentrated on the air, and it was sound. So the East found divinity through sound. This sound is what is called mantra. Right? Man means mind, tar means to move across. Okay? So you move across from the mind, from the content of your mind, from what you think who you are or what you are, to this awareness. And this awareness is like the recognizing the wetness in a wave. So you and I are happening, a wave, a moment in time. And we recognize that this happening isn't me happening. It's a spontaneous occurrence. It is that which is taking place by itself. You and I have no role in it. Think about it. Are you keeping yourself alive? No. And if you wish to stop breathing, you will find that your body will force you. And if you said, well, I shall just sit here and meditate, a couple of hours later, I'm going to get peckish. My body will motivate. So we realize, oh, wow, this is like a self-perpetuating thing. It works by itself. This recognition, this recognition allows us to align ourselves with what is known as the unfolding, the hookup, the unfolding, that which is unfolding. So today, right now, is right now for everything that exists: the birds, the cows, the fish, the spiders, the earthworms, the trees, the apples, the pears, everything is experiencing the same now. And that now carries on by itself, sidebound. So as we begin to discover, how do we discover now? Where does the breath come in? Well, this whole universe, this whole existence, you, me, the whole thing is a vibration. Well, I say a vibration, but it is a multitude of vibrations. Multitude, multitude. And all of these vibrations create the forms that you see around you: the water, the solid, the plasma, the fire, the air, and also what we term as space, which isn't really space. It's Akash, it's like a field, it's like a magnetic field, electric magnetic field, which is why you, through your meditation, cultivating your attention, etc., can influence it, right? But that's another story. So, how do you discover divinity? You discover the ultimate by entering in the door of the immediate, right? To know all, I need to know now. This is the only thing that will allow me to recognize the whole. Waiting to recognize it someday ain't going to happen, right? Has to be done now. How is it done now? Well, this is where the breath comes in. Your breath, my breath, can only take place in the present moment. Every single breath you have is a once in a lifetime event. It'll never repeat again. Ever. Ever. So when we begin to recognize the gift that we have, the breath, and we begin to connect with the breath, we become aware of the present moment. That's the doorway. In the present moment, we begin to observe things beyond our ego. We begin to observe and recognize that the breath breathes by itself. We begin to recognize that the breath has a start, a middle, end as it comes in, start, middle, end as it goes out. And this pattern is everywhere. To your suffering, to your happiness, to today, to your life. Start, middle, end. We begin to recognize. This is how we align ourselves with existence. Now, this existence, if it exists, has a name, because it's the formless that takes form, right? Non-duality. It's not dual. It's not, doesn't work with good and bad. It's not that. It's non-dual. The whole ocean contains both sides. The whole ocean contains both sides. It contains the height of the wave. It contains the depth, right? So darkness and light exist within the whole. This is the worldview I want to share with you. Once we begin to recognize this whole has a frequency, has waves, depending on your frequency, you are either consumed by that which brings you down, we call it darkness, or that which allows you to elevate, to move on. As you increase your frequency, you begin to elevate. So, how do you increase your frequency? Well, in order to influence the vibration of something, you need to have something that vibrates too. because you need two waves that come together that become a much bigger wave, increasing your frequency. You vibrate faster. That's what it means, increasing your frequency, because they resonate with each other, right? Now, how do you know which sound resonates with whom? So, this is where the mantra comes in. The mystics of old have over countless time that cannot be comprehended, discovered certain sounds that have a profound effect on the human being. So every tradition has its own. So if you go to Buddhism, they have this Om Mani Padme Hum, Tu Tara Soham, particular mantras. Within Christianity, Ave Maria, even Amen, is Amen? Amen, Amen. Um, in even Hallelujah, within Sikhs, there's Satnam, Sat, Nam, Ram. Within the Hindus, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. So each tradition has it. Within some of the South Americans, Aho. So each tradition has a sound that is either used to greet, that is opening, that is healthy, or it is used to move in, create this vibration. So all different traditions have different sounds. However, we all of us, share one sound, and that's universal to all of us. And that is the sound of your breath. And the sound of your breath, as you breathe in, has a sound that goes something like, and as you breathe out, it's so hum comes from that. For I am the breath. And in knowing the breath for what it is, we realize that the breath has its own mantra. And if you don't feel comfortable with any other mantra, then the Soham mantra is a mantra that's already written in you. You don't need to go to anyone. So Soham is a way of becoming aligned to the present moment. You listen. You can only listen in the present moment. You have awareness of only the present moment. And as that sound becomes more and more within the field of your awareness, you begin, every single cell in your body begins to download what vibrational frequency information is in that mantra into you, into every single cell. That's how it works. That's the science behind it. Yeah. So Soham is a profound mantra. It's a prescription, and it's a prescription for everyone and anyone. And simply with a little bit of meditation, becoming aware of the present moment, and then begin to listen to that Soham, we begin to experience the gateway, the door that goes in that opens us to the ultimate. Enough? I think so. Yeah. Okay. Let's begin. So as usual, we begin with, and we'll see if we can focus on the Soham. So just adjust your back. Make sure you're in a comfortable posture. And this is your moment to simply be present and to become present to the sound of the breath when the time comes. So in order to get there, let's begin with the body first. So with the hula hoop, we bring down, begin to scan our body for any sensations. And as we do this, we also become embodied. So we move this down, all the way down, all the way down. Notice anything that's dominant in the body. pain, ache, tightness, itch. And just take a moment to notice what's going on with you at the moment. If there's anything in particular that's distracting you, if there's something within that the mind wishes to draw attention to, give yourself that opportunity to just be open, just for a moment or two. And now we'll move down. We'll bring our focus to the sensations when our body makes contact with whatever we're sitting on. And you'll begin to notice that those sensations have an area that occupies within the body. See if you can notice that. And if you bring your awareness upwards, so you become aware of your hips, and we begin to notice what's going on around this part. So notice what's going on the left side. No judgment, just notice what's going on the right side. Your front, your pelvis, and then moving back. Having scanned your hips, you move down gently your thighs, scanning all the way down towards your knees. Take your time. And then from our knees, we move down towards our ankles. A deliberate attempt to notice anything that catches our attention. Moving down towards our ankles. And then notice your feet. Gently moving your awareness now to the bottom of your feet. Next breath in, bring your focus back to the chair or the seat you're on. Allow yourself to be held in place. So just let's take a moment to locate ourselves. The moment of now. So bring your focus to the ground that holds you. Knowing this is the only place you can be right now. The body can only be where it is. And the ground beneath you holds you. And if you were to let go, you're not going to go anywhere. And the environment that surrounds you, the temperature, the aroma, the air that you breathe, can only be that which is in front of you. So you and I, embedded in the moment of now. Notice how this moment moves to the next, just like this breath moves to the next. Creating itself. And this moment that you are in and I am in connects us to all the moments that ever have been. And this moment connects us with all moments that ever will be. Become aware of the eternal now. Embedded. Bringing your focus back to your seat. Allow your awareness to move up your back, slowly scanning the lower back, moving gently up towards the middle back. And then next breath in, moving up towards your shoulder blades. Notice your shoulders. And if you bring your focus towards your neck, notice anything that's dominant there. And just simply pulling your chin in slightly, help you stretch the neck. Relaxing this part of the body. And then gently moving your focus from your shoulders down to your elbows. Taking as much note of your body. No judgment, no commentary, just sense. And then from your elbows, moving down to your wrists. Notice the palms of your hands. And if you hold your focus there for a while, you'll begin to notice that there are changes that go on there. The sensations don't remain the same. Then gently moving your focus to your fingers. And then as you breathe in, bring your awareness towards your eyes. Scan around your eyes, noticing any sensations. And then bringing your focus to the fact that you have awareness. You have awareness of the back of your eyelids. I say you have awareness, you are awareness. Unchanging, eternal, present. Awareness can only be aware of the present. And then as you breathe out, allow this part of the body to soften. On your next breath in, bringing your focus towards your mouth. Notice the sensations around your mouth. Within your mouth. Notice the roof of your mouth. You're not changing anything, we're simply noticing. And then notice the tongue. Does it feel firm? Notice you can allow it to soften. And as you breathe out, allow your face to soften. Next breath in, coming back to your body as best as you can. Embodied. Present within yourself as best as you can be. Anything dominant? Next breath in, bringing your focus to your inner space, how you feel and what your mental space is. So bring your focus towards any thoughts that may be there. How does the mental space feel? Does it feel tired, fatigued, clear, relaxed, tense? Bringing your focus now towards your chest, holding your awareness on the surface of your chest, right in the middle, as best as you can. And begin to watch, noticing the breath as it comes in, expanding the chest, breath as it moves out, how the chest, ribs, diaphragm relax. Notice the movement of your chest as best as you can. And with those movements, notice there are subtle sensations within the body. See if you can notice them. Becoming present to all that's taking place right now. And now moving your focus a bit deeper into yourself, right in your core. Hold your awareness there, waiting to discover how you're feeling right now. Don't make assumptions. Notice how you're feeling in the moment of now. Comfortable, calm, settled, unsettled, uncomfortable, anxious. How do you feel right this moment? On your next breath out, gently opening your awareness to all the sounds around you. Allow every sound, every noise to come to you. No need to look for them. Gently bring your focus just beneath your nose, holding your attention. Notice the in breath as it comes in, notice the out breath as it goes out. Allow your breath to breathe by itself. Allow yourself to relax. Allow the breath to flow by itself. Notice your in breath as a start, middle, end. Your out breath as a start, middle, end, as best as you can. And if you follow your out breath all the way till the end, you will find there's a tiny little gap before the in breath, where there is no breath, yet you still exist. Following your out breath all the way till the end, notice the gap. Stay with your breath. If you get distracted, notice the distraction, come back to your breath. Following your out breath all the way till the end. Notice that tiny little gap before the in breath begins, allowing you to go deeper and deeper into the moment of now. Notice how you're breathing now. How does the breath feel? Does it feel light or does it feel heavy? Hold your focus to the breath. Does your breath feel smooth or does it feel rough? Does your breath feel long or does it feel short? Does your breath have a sound? And as you begin to listen to the sound of your breath, recognizing the soul, recognizing the hum. And if you wish, as the breath comes in, Mentally saying so as the breath going out, mentally saying hum. Listening to it as you say it mentally. Listening to the soul, listening to the hum as you recite it within yourself. Nothing else matters. Just listening. Bringing your focus now totally on the mental recitation. So on the breath in, hum on the breath out. Synchronizing with the length of your breath. Listening. Now see if you can reduce the volume within yourself of the sound so and the sound hum. Reciting it, yet the volume is now a little bit less. See if you can take the volume a bit deeper. So it becomes even softer. And as you're listening to this soft mantra within yourself, notice where it originates from. Notice the silence before the soul, the silence before the hum. And perhaps you can even lower the volume even deeper, even softer. So it's nothing but just a beat within yourself. And as you begin to move into that silent space, allow the bell to help you with the process. Listening. Gently bring your focus just beneath your nose, sitting with your breath in silence. On your next breath out, expanding your awareness, once again becoming aware of the body as best as you can. Notice you're still sitting in the same place you began. Notice the stillness of your body, the silence of your mind. Sensations where your body makes contact with your seat, becoming aware of your hips, moving your awareness down your thighs, gently moving from your knees to your ankles. Take your time, embodying all that you have cultivated throughout you, from your feet, moving to the soles of your feet. Allow every cell in your body to experience your silence, to find balance. Notice your back is straight and upright, shoulders, arms, and hands are comfortable. Your eyes are still closed. Still have awareness. Your mouth is still closed and your face is relaxed. Coming back to your breath. And now, as the breath comes in, you sense your body. As the breath goes out, you sense your body. Breathing in, you can sense your body. Breathing out, you can sense your body. And when you hear the bell, using this bell to draw a few deep breaths in, and in your own good time, gently opening your